Dani, hello? You're
Here.
muted. Oh, sorry.
Fuck.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Sorry. I won't curse anymore.
You
I gave it up
can't.
for Lent.
Really?
I
Why
tried
would you do that?
because you're supposed to give up something that you like actually affects you.
I mean, yeah, but like do something that you know that you're going to succeed at. I would say too. Like
I like to set myself up for failure and work my way back.
that's real. I can get jiggy with that. Well, there's a lot to discuss. The last time we talked, everybody, it was the go home episode before Revolution, but Revolution has happened. A lot happened at Revolution. Um, Yeah, guys, I want to say Revolution truly was godly until it wasn't. I was having such a good time. There are several there were several all timers on that card, like just amazing matches. And then the main event happened.
When your world title is one of few sneaks on the show, you need to do some serious reflection. I'm going to sit up here and tell you bitches the truth. I preferred the Outrunners versus the Hurt Syndicate to Mox and Cope.
Me too. At least one of them was only 8 minutes, and it was in the middle of the show.
And it was fun. Whatever. Whatever. This
I will
was
say though,
outlandish.
I never want to see Outrunners as serious tag title contenders ever again. I do
I
want to say
don't
that.
disagree.
But it wasn't as thank you, Jalen. It wasn't like
That was
offensive.
offensive to my
It was
sensibilities.
offensive. Yeah, it was offensive. Cope and Mox was offensive. Legitimately offensive. All right, guys, let's talk. I think we can start from the beginning of the card because I think that's of Dynamite because I think one thing that AEW did do well, for better or worse, during this episode was they addressed everything that happened in Revolution, good or bad. So we can start from the very beginning. Man, y'all, I just want to say, Kenny Omega is the greatest it girl that ever lived. The fans bringing you flowers. They're bringing
That
you
should have been
gifts.
me. That should have been me. I
They're
was sitting there, I
bringing
was like,
you
why
gifts.
haven't I done that?
I said, no, same. I said, you know what? Next time, I'm sorry, Kenny, I have not done my due diligence, but next time I see you, I will have literally a bouquet of roses. We,
Flowers,
yes,
chocolates,
correct.
everything. You will get the full treatment of what you deserve, baby girl. I promise you. I'm gonna treat you right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was just so nice seeing him be adored and his smile and
It actually like I was tearing up a little bit. I cried on Sunday, I'm not gonna lie. But it had me tearing up a little bit because I was like, first of all, oh no, I was about to sympathize with men as a whole. I don't want to do that. Um
just him, just him, just
stop
him, just him.
stop myself in my tracks. Kenny Omega deserves every bouquet of flowers, deserves every princess tiara, all of the bows. That is the people's princess. Truly, Princess Diana would be proud.
I've never seen nobody else, man, nobody else. I just want to say I watched that match between him and Takesha, and I loved it on the. Well, no, I would say no. The first time watching it, I was terrified. Like I forgot how emotionally taxing it is to watch Kenny's matches live, and the way that Takesha kept going after that midsection, like bro, I was about to like scream bloody murder. But the other night I couldn't sleep. I've had a really bad week, but I couldn't sleep, and so I decided, it was 3 a.m. I woke up and I said, I just started playing Revolution on my phone and I went straight to the Kenny Takesha match. And it literally made me cry. Like I started crying. I cried myself
Truly.
to sleep.
And I'm like, it was truly one of those things where I was like, okay, watching it in the context of the other matches of the night, it was emotional already for me just because like I'm a Kenny girl forever and
Yeah,
I'm a Takesha lover, babes. It was always going to do it for me. Watching it in between two bloody, brutal matches, it felt completely different. So watching
absolutely.
and watching it independent of those two matches, it like clicked another level for me. I was, oh my God. But Kenny Omega came out here tonight, y'all. I was like, oh my God, the Princess of America.
They emptied out the power budget. I said exactly what, like when he felt that he looked at that title in his hands. I said, oh,
my God. My God.
My
He
Sheila!
signed all the signatures. My Sheila!
My Sheila! He came out there. He said, "Yeah, this means a lot to me. We're so back." And yes, they created yet another tournament. This is the second tournament that has been created since he came back, and they don't even put really the championship on the graphic. They said winner gets to face Kenny Omega. That's the prize.
That is the prize, baby.
You get to wrestle Kenny Omega. Ah! Wow! Oh my God!
What a fucking guy. Guys, I don't know if you guys can tell, but we really love Kenny Omega.
No other wrestler. I will never love another wrestler. Shit, I might never love another man.
I guarantee you I won't. I guarantee you I won't. I tweeted it on Sunday, but I'm not fucking playing. I don't think that there's any universe in which I could love my husband, my boyfriend, my fiance more than I love Kenny Omega. It just can't happen. I have such an attachment to you, such an affinity towards you, and you've never done me wrong. A man in real life will do you wrong.
And it's not even like with Kenny, it's not even like sexual. It's really just, I love you.
Like that. I love you.
Like,
that's my mother.
Like real bad. Like if anybody ever try you, if another motherfucker talk sweet about Chief Keef,
I'm fucking beating their ass.
Right? Like it's so serious. Like you never even gotta ask me nothing. If you need, we ride it dawn.
That's my best friend. That's twin for real. Anything he need, I got him.
Like you don't get. It's almost like as he gets older too. I love him so much.
I'm so protective of Kenny Omega.
Like, please leave my 42-year-old. This is my 42-year-old baby
that
girl.
Grown man. Exactly. That nigga almost double my age. I'm like, watch your tongue when you speak to him. Come to me.
Not that one. Keep it cute.
Keep it fucking cute.
Kenny Omega, we love you, and everybody else does too. I think that's the cool thing. I feel like we can all agree on that. And if you don't, then you're just a loser.
If you don't love emotional support wrestler, 100%. If you don't love Kenny Omega, I don't respect you. That's point blank, period. But I also want to say there's a lot of men who think that they love Kenny Omega, who say that they feel it. There's no way you feel what I feel. There's just,
y'all don't, bro. Y'all don't.
Can't be.
And I think another thing about Revolution is that, and I am very sad that our glorious EVPs weren't on the card, because like it felt like the elite energy was strong. Like starting off with Hangman, like I got emotional during that match. Actually, I got emotional during the opener.
Because it felt Xfinity didn't work, so I saw like the last 5 minutes of it. So
well, I got really emotional during like that opener because it felt very like OG AEW. Like they're all grown up. Like look at everybody, they're all grown up. The kids are grown now. Look how they're 6 years old. They're 6 years old. It's like their Chuck E. Cheese birthday party.
Oh my God.
And then you see Kenny, and then even I said, wow, just look at how far everybody's come. So yeah, we started off with that, and then the Ops came out. Shibata and Kenny had a stare down. Ugh!
Katsuyori Shibata.
Man.
I love you. I always have. I always will. And I have said time and time again, I think every substantial title reign should have to run through AR Fox and Katsuyori Shibata.
My picture with Shibata right there.
I'm not wearing my glasses, but
oh wait, I've never shown this off on camera. This part
I gotta set my money up. I gotta lock in. I'm trying to be like you, twin.
Well, no, you talk about the picture or the trips? This like costs like
money bags.
No, I'm saying like the picture costs like $10. So that's what I was about to say. You ain't got $10. Okay, so I put together a collage of a lot of like my wrestling travels and stuff. and all my friends that I met along the way and wrestlers.
Notice how I'm not on it.
You're a liar. You're right here.
Am I? Oh my god, you're You've definitely shown me that before too.
Yes, I know. So like this Wrestle Dreams, actually Regina's on here, and like some of my scrums, and who else is on here? I don't have a picture with Kenny Omega, but I will one day. Yes, I have a picture with Tanahashi and Willow, and there's Will Ospreay and my friend Natasha. That's us at Windy City Riot last year. Me, Dani, Brittany, and my friend Melanie. Obviously, the girls from Revolution last year were all wearing our Sting shirts. Me and Shabata. This is Shabata. It sounds like
Guys, in case you didn't know, this is indeed Katsuyori Shibata.
This is Shabana. This is 19. They're all taking care of me. If you haven't been following the
$2,000
or more every week
more.
and land. If you haven't been following our sister Onaja, I need to figure out where she is, man. If y'all know where, got an update on our sister Onaja, please let me know. I've been very worried about her. They said she got locked up in Dubai. Ooh.
Yeah, I heard that.
I want to give a shout out to Rich Lotta. He had a very funny tweet said Shibata staring at Kenny like Kenny won't have Dave writing about removing the brain again after that V trigger. You ate that. I'll be honest. You ate that. That's crazy. But then everything went to hell. Then suddenly a graphic flashed on the screen. The most offensive graphic. It was graphic. It was graphic. I think that's the perfect word for it. It was graphic.
Trigger warning. My fucking God.
They announced that next week will be a rematch between Mox and Cope for the world title, and it will be a street fight. Listen, I want to say this. Mox and Cope are both in my all-time top 10. These are two of my all-time favorite wrestlers. Andrew is my childhood favorite wrestler. I obviously grew up loving Mox in every single form, whether it's AEW, New Japan, even when he was in WWE, always been one of my favorites. This is nowhere near either of their best work, but what they did on Sunday night was abysmal. And I think above all, it was just, even if you don't even want to use all those hyperbole, it was just mediocre. And compared to what Tony and Mariah did, it's really sad that I don't know whether it was politics or egos or whatever really got in the way of a well-deserving main event, not just a women's main event, but a well-deserving main event not being able to take its rightful place. And I just think, like, and here's the thing, a lot of my tweets lately, people have been like, Lyric, like you're on one. Yes, I am. I want you to know something has broken my brains. I'm not going to lie about that. When it comes to like women's wrestling and like misogyny and sexism, something has deeply broken in my brain of just like, I can't even handle being mansplained to. And I think like my brain, bro, I'm going to be honest. I don't even really care about this last leg of Tony and Mariah like that. I thought they did serviceable, but you know, I was just like, this is held up the world. We talked about it on this show. This held up the women's world title for 18 months. We're just ready for something fresh. However, if you're going to use 18 months on this as the magnum opus and you're going to invest so much into it, why not just go all the way in? You commit. That's the thing. If you're going to do it, commit. I think
8.
And that's how I feel. I think about like
ridiculous.
You look crazy. And I think that's how I feel with AEW and women right now of just, you hired all these people. You hired Mercedes. You did this big Tony and Mariah story. You got Megan Bain, right? You did all these things. So commit. Actually, if you're going to do it. Like, and
you know what? Sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say, it is a good point. Hollywood ending. Let it be the end.
Correct. Correct. All the stars aligned. They was fighting on red carpets. They went viral on Baddie T. Had the girls, the Zeus Network girls said, "Whoa, what y'all got going on over here?" They were clutching girls. It's getting
something,
yes,
a little bit unrelated. But I don't disagree with anything that you used to say. Okay, so guys, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. This week alone, I have popped a tire, had my identity stolen, and gone through a breakup. This match graphic was the worst thing that happened to me this week. Everything else I can live with. This.
God damn. Fuck.
13th reason.
Man. Who? Listen. All right. First of all, are you like are you okay? And then, well, no, you're not. Clearly,
I'm fine.
But yeah,
I'm fine.
Whatever. I didn't know you were in a relationship.
I mean, I guess neither did he.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's so.
It's whatever. It's a nigga. But this was is genuinely the worst part of my week. I saw that and it made me laugh. It did, Dan. It made me laugh. I was sitting there like, no fucking way. No way that you saw the reviews and you saw what niggas was talking about on Twitter and you saw how crazy and nasty people were getting and said, you know what we should do? We should run that shit back.
Very spooky, hilarious.
And I think that it's clearly just because the match was not well received. And those two, I honestly just think have big egos and do not want that to be the case and don't want to go out like that. All of which I understand as sentiments. The reality is, though, we didn't like it for a fucking reason. It was ass.
Also, too, I'll take it a step further because somebody was just like, well, the first Punk Drew McIntyre match was ass and they ran it back and it was great. Here's the thing. Heading into that, Punk and McIntyre, they always had a hot program. People were always into it. People wanted it to succeed. This is the problem. Mox and Colt was cold from the get-go. It was always a colder build in comparison to the rest of the Revolution card. The match was supposed to be what redeemed it. You know, kind of like I don't want to even like compare this, but the best example would be to like Swerve Danielson, right? The build was terrible, but we all knew that the match was going to be amazing. And guess what? The match nobody cares about the build anymore because the match ended up being amazing. This was that. And no, this wasn't that whatsoever. And at this point, I feel like you're forcing it. And also, too, I think this episode was just such a great reflection of the company of you have, and I don't even want to use the word young, but you have all these other stars. Everybody is functioning on high cylinders. Everybody who didn't have their shit together is getting their shit together. I'm gonna be honest. Jericho, they found a way to make him very manageable on TV. Listen, they have. They
truth is I'm tired.
He gets 60 seconds. And you know, he's made the best out of it. Like,
where are you?
We've learned, okay. We've learned.
I'm all churched out.
Anyway,
I'm confused. Oh my God.
Figured out how to make Jericho serviceable on TV. We figured out how to make Max Caster serviceable on TV. Like, everybody is maximizing their minutes. They made a swerve for Christian. Like, you know, it looks like the stuff that he's going to be doing with Nick Wayne and stuff is going to be great. The top guys, MJF is back on, you know, performing at a high level. Everybody's performing at a high level. You will get blocked. Everybody's performing at a high level except for the world title picture. And I think like it's just unfair to reward bad behavior. And I said this and I use this as a comparison. Women on the roster will have one bad promo in the entire division, get their live mic snatched for 6 months. Like, I think of just we continue to give like these chances after chances after chances. And it's one thing if you don't have any options of like, oh, who's any worthy world title contenders? After the night, we got about 5.
And I would argue.
And if y'all still want to do that thing like y'all did last year with the international champion still challenging for the world title, it's more like 6.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, Kenny Omega should not lose the match 2025. So whoever you put him up against, point blank, period. But that's aside. That's separate. Let's get back to this.
It's just at this point of, I don't know how tone deaf you could be. And listen, I know it's all political and I know it's all politics, but let's get real. Let's get real.
And I think, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Go ahead.
Go ahead. This last thing. You've gotten to a point to where, let's just be real. People didn't come to Revolution for that world title match, but you stacked the card
in spite of.
High. Yes, you just stacked the card so high with everything else to where people said, okay, I'm going to Revolution. AEW did great on ticket sales for Revolution. Second highest attended event that they've ever done of Revolution. I think they did almost 12,000. That was great. And I think to be doing those type of numbers, especially while WWE is so hot, that's great. But let's just be real. You've only sold 10,000 tickets for All In so far. And it's March. And that show is in July. And if you think that at this point, people are buying tickets to see Jon Moxley, this version of Jon Moxley as world champion and hold out till then, you're fucking crazy. You're insane. You're insane. And I think also too, and like I hate to be this is my last point. I hate to like compare because I don't think that you should compare like the two companies. But like the thing is, you know what WWE is doing? They throwing nostalgia, right? You are never going to out nostalgia WWE. Especially right now, they throwing The Rock and John Cena at y'all asses. Mox and Colt.
Nothing you can do.
Let's be real. They can't compete. So, but what you can do, one thing that you can do that the other side is not doing is young talent. These new stars. You have the Ospreys, the Swerves, the Hangmans. You have these people literally right here, ready. You're never going to beat them in nostalgia. That's never going to be a long-term solution for AEW. So you might as well.
You do have better wrestlers.
Correct. And your fan base, not the other fan base, your fan base loves these people. Think about the pops that we heard like this weekend for Hangman, Swerve, Ospreay, the boos for Kyle Fletcher. Like, think about all of that. You have those guys and your fans love them. Go all in, or else we will all be looking at empty ass seats.
And look, I will just say, nigga. I mean, people. I give up cursing for Lent.
Allegedly.
Unsuccessfully. Well, I tried to give up Twitter and I couldn't do that. Damn. Maybe I need to talk to somebody. But we come on here and we do a review show literally every week of All Elite Wrestling. We dedicate an hour, 2 hours, sometimes more, to talking about All Elite Wrestling. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get into it. And I myself am not convinced to buy an all-in ticket yet. I come on here every week and I'm like, guys, should I do it? You gotta show me something. You gotta promise me something. Now, 2 thoughts, Jalen, because you know good and damn well that you only speak in truths. I tweeted it earlier and I said it last week. I really, really, really do think that everybody backstage at AEW, Darby was like, I'm finna go climb Everest. Either they didn't believe that nigga and they was like, nah, he bullshitting, he not finna do it. Or they were like, it's not gonna take that long. And nobody Googled how long it actually takes to climb Mount Everest. I fear that is a real possibility.
I think that's exactly what happened. When you tweeted that, I said, you're right. I think you onto something.
They were like, oh yeah, he'll climb Everest. He'll be back in a few months. And nobody ever looked into it more. So Darby, that's a whole separate thing. I said it last week too. If you look at the world title scene and you're like, oh shit, I know what'll really get the hoes going. I know what will really liven things up.
Love this.
Jay White. Look at me dead in my fucking face right now. Look at me dead in my fucking face right now. Stop.
And here's the thing. I've said this numerous times. I'm not even against Jay White. I think that Jay White was done an extreme disservice by continuously being put in the world title picture during the two worst world title feuds that AEW has had.
I don't think it's a coincidence.
And I think that he could have really
I think ass is contagious.
He could have really benefited from being put in one of the secondary title programs first. And
I don't think he would have. I do. I'm not trying to be mean.
There's no way that he wouldn't have nearly been this offensive in the TNT title picture. No.
I think that Jay White is exactly what you see is what you get. I don't think that there's any more to it. Now, that's no tea, no shade, no disrespect. I'm just saying, if you want to invest in a long-term feud, if you want to invest in a long-term feud, if you want to invest in a good singles match, I'm really not trying to be mean. I'm sure he's a nice person, and I try to find a balance on this show between like keeping it real and not offending people, because I don't want to be explicitly mean to people. But Jay White, from the minute that they signed him, everybody was like, "Oh, Jay White finna go crazy. Jay White finna be world champion." And I was sitting there, and my ass was like, "You could have kept that one. You could have kept that one to yourself." There's no fucking way that a guy like Jay White should be sniffing that world title before we get it on the Billy Goat. There's no fucking way that a guy like Jay White should be in licking vicinity of that world title before Swerve holds it again, before Hangman holds it again, before we get another Kenny run. There's no fucking way. Get the fuck out of my face. I said I was.
Jay White has 2 pinfall victories over Hangman Page, bro. Like, that's crazy. They made him lose to Hangman beat Hangman on 2 back-to-back pay-per-views. That is crazy.
You know what's crazier? It didn't help.
Exactly. They
made no goddamn difference. And Hangman,
a
victory over Hangman is a big deal, and it did not make shit of a difference. Takeshita beat Kenny twice in a week, and that's all bitches ever go back to. It's Kenosuke Takeshita. It was the feather in his cap that really got his push catapulted. Jay White, you had that potential, but what you don't have, you had that opportunity, but what you don't have is that dog in you. And for you to be in a world title picture that is already ass is just, it makes me sit there and contemplate why we do these things.
I started laughing so hard, I started getting hot. I had to put my hair back.
Y'all are funny.
Man. But yeah, so there's that. I said all this to say, man, I'm not excited for this rematch. People said they get to redeem themselves. I'm gonna be honest. When former world champions like
these put that one on the screen. Sorry. Pin the comments. I love compliments. I'm literally so easy. Thank you so much, guys. That's so nice. I spent forever trying to learn how to do these braids because I can't braid. But I think they look decent. So I will fish for compliments because I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, I think
TNA main event level wrestler is crazy.
All right, that's
WWE ID.
Also, can we talk about WWE ID? Y'all get off the floor. Why are you begging? Y'all are losers. Fucking losers talking about some GCW. Hey, you know you could book our talent. Get up. Y'all wanted to kill the indie so bad. Y'all mad now?
And you know what's crazy though? What's funny is like, guys, I think GCW knows. I think they know it's not.
They saw the way that you did Defy. Like, y'all snatch your talent whenever you want to. You ruin shows. You bull bookings. You make people vacate titles. Of nobody wants to work with people. Yeah, nobody wants to work with people like that. Even like going back to the Stephanie Vacker situation, she literally canceled on Fantastica Mania 2 days before the event, dropped every single title. On the way out of, you think people want to work with you like that? Like the company like that? I don't think so. Anyway.
You look a bit silly, darling.
But I just think, did you see all the likes? Yeah, that was crazy. Y'all done let that internet clout shit go to your head, bro. Like just.
And I'd like to say something very quickly. Yeah, all of a sudden, yeah.
Right, Osprey.
My boss is British, and I have to literally stop myself every time that she speaks to me from like doing the accent back, because I'm like, oh, she's not pretending, like she's dead ass British. But no, here's the thing, right? Just because a lot of people think it doesn't make it true. A lot of people believe in QAnon. Doesn't make it true. A lot of people think the earth is flat. Doesn't make it true.
AJ Styles doesn't appreciate that.
AJ Styles couldn't. Oh, I was gonna say something so.
You know what? There's a lot of out of pocket stuff I couldn't tweet earlier today throughout this show, but I am so excited to finally be able to say it out loud. I've been saying.
I was gonna make a literacy comment, and then I was like, I probably shouldn't.
Let's not do that. It's gonna literally gonna be an indictment on Southern education, and we've suffered enough.
And I want it to be.
Yeah, we have suffered enough. You'll be there for AJ Osprey. Well, duh. Listen, we don't look up to these people to educate us to wrestle. Get in there. Get in there. Give us some craps.
There are some. He is an example to me of a. I hate this expression, and I don't ever do it. Artist in art. AJ Styles, I don't ever want to hear what you got to say.
When it comes to Uncle Allen, talk less. Smile more. Anyway, we're not happy about this rematch. I think that we need to stop giving participation trophies, especially to men who shouldn't need them. And if women got half,
men, period.
I mean, yes, but especially to former world champions who shouldn't need them. And if women got half the grace that men got in second chances, then the industry will look a lot different. Let's move forward. Next, we had the Swerve Coke promo. Anyway, Swerve, get that belt at Dynasty, please, God. Next, we had the 8-man tag. Lots of fun. Harley Cameron popped out as Harley Graham again. I didn't know we were still doing that. I don't find it offensive. I just was confused. I didn't know like we were still doing that. I thought that was like the Arlington residency type joke. But okay, cool. Run it. Hobbs. Hey, get him belted up. I have an idea. I think that he should be on the New Japan Windy City Riot show. They've announced Bolton Oleg for that card, and I would like to see that match. I don't know if anybody's been watching New Japan Cup. It's been fun. If you've been keeping up with the tournament, but it's been a lot of fun. Next, after that, we had the Toni Storm promo where she addresses the women's division after that match. Hey, man, Toni, I have always enjoyed her character. I wasn't always fond of her matches, I would say, but I feel like she's now unlocked the code and she has become complete. And I just have so much respect for her. Like, I just have so much respect for her. Toni Storm is a real wrestler. She's one of the best bladers I've ever seen. I think her and probably Swerve are the best bladers in AEW as far as when they run that blade, they get full coverage. They do not play around. Mariah, your blading needs some work. I will say when Mariah ran the blade and they had like this one drop of blood just running down, I said, girl.
But I think it added to the the sentiment that she not built for this. She's in over her head. She is out of her depth.
She saw Toni. She said, oh.
They started rapping the thing. She said, I don't want to do this. I don't get down like this.
She said, I thought I was
Mariah, I get it because I too have been in situations that are merely consequences of my own actions. Where I'm sitting there like, oh no, my big mouth done got me in some
What did
goddamn
I
trouble.
do to deserve this aside from my own actions?
Sure enough, I understand it, sister. Yeah, I loved that match. And what I really appreciated about it, um, without going into too much detail, because I said it on Black Girl Wrestling, so you can check out my AEW Revolution review on Black Girl Wrestling. But I was just gonna say I really appreciated how this match, this bloody, gory, no holds barred match, felt completely different to the other bloody,
Correct.
gory, no holds barred match. And I just think it's really cool because for those matches to have their own identities, I just really appreciate it. That's all.
Yeah,
and I hope that. I was just gonna say, Megan Mann came, laid that bitch out.
Yeah, Tony finally, because I feel like obviously, and we talked about this about like how a lot of times it was a bad thing, but now at least we now see the benefits. At least now with Tony having the belt again, is there's so many fresh matchups because her and Mariah were in that bubble of each other for so long. So like there's so many she was talking about forever champs, nods to Athena, and belt collectors, nods to Mercedes. There's so many big matches. She still hasn't faced Chris Statlander. She hasn't really faced Willow in this version of herself. So it's like there's so many big, fresh matchups to run. And I think that Tony now, she really seems like the leader of the locker room. Like she seems like the face of this division. And for the first time, maybe since Mercedes won the title, the world title feels like the world title. This is the first, yeah.
On that same point, she called Mox a bitch a little bit.
She sure did. She did. My queen.
It smelled like bitch in this bitch. Pussy ass nigga I said I wasn't gonna curse. Got the belt in the briefcase.
You might need to start again tomorrow at this point. Yeah, you've already broken it so many times. God is no longer listening, at least for today.
He loves listening to me. I'm his favorite. He told me. Hello?
Well, Kenny Omega's his favorite, but
that's true.
Yeah, that's true. All of us are.
We're gonna get him on here one of these days. Maybe not the Dynamite Book, but one day we're gonna work.
We have the Dynamite Book, but perhaps on another show that we'll talk about. Also, so we didn't even talk about this. We should have led with this. This is the last episode of the Dynamite Book.
Yeah, guys, we're literally never gonna do this
again.
Never
doing this show again.
No.
Now, don't panic.
Don't panic. You should panic. This is dying. You're never gonna see us again. This is devastating news. Everybody react accordingly.
Don't panic. We are actually rebranding because we are rebranding. At the end of this show, we're going to show you our new theme. Obviously, the Dynamite Book was very Mean Girls theme. And so I was thinking, we should do something fresh, especially it's Women's History Month. Let's do something new. And so we picked a new theme, and we're excited to unveil it next week.
Wait,
and we're
does anyone have any guesses?
Anybody have any guesses? Yes. So
the new
let's
theme.
do that. Guess what the new theme of the Dynamite after show is going to be. So this one is Mean Girls theme.
Yeah.
So take a guess. And I will give you a hint. It starts with a word that Dani says.
Oh.
That's all. That's the only hint. It's a word that Dani says
a lot. I do say a lot.
All right. Yes. It's a word that Dani says a lot. And it's Disney related. I'll say Disney.
Yeah. Great shout out, Dan. Thanks. LSAT studying is going well. I take it in June. Godspeed.
Can you imagine if we did a She-Hulk attorney at law theme?
Daredevil.
Oh, that damn! I wish we had thought of that.
We weren't thinking for real. I like the theme though. Okay. But yeah, guys. So unfortunately, with the new rebrand, Lyric has decided that I will no longer be a part of the show. But I have really appreciated being here with you guys.
You lie so bad. You can't help it. It just comes out of you like a flood.
There have been budget cuts. Unfortunately, my name was on the layoff list, but I wish you all the best.
Dani has been future endeavored, released. Future endeavored.
That's what they're saying.
You've been future endeavored. Anyway, it is, it's Disney. Like, guys, just try to guess. Like, nobody's even trying.
Nobody guesses. That's no fun, guys. Don't be.
Nobody's even trying. It's okay to be wrong.
It's not okay. That's really embarrassing.
Rich Woman Behavior by Lyric. Once again, listen, Lyric got bankrupted by a root canal earlier this week. Okay, 90-day non-compete, 120. But who's counting?
I'm not learning to speak Chinese. I am learning to speak Greek, though. Sorry. Oh, I just feel like I just be throwing shit out on here. And
Are you gonna find one of Giannis's brothers to marry?
Maybe I should.
You should. Who's the younger one? I think he's cute. What is that? Is that the Yeah.
Fun fact, I've said this on here before, but we always get so sidetracked on the show. But honestly, there's not that much to sink our teeth into. But fun fact, I've said this on the show before. Tyrese Halliburton, who you guys may have seen make that 4-point play the other day, is actually the OG cult member of Black Girl Wrestling, because when I was still trying to figure out if I wanted to do this, he gave me tickets to WWE Fastlane, and that's when I was like, maybe I'll actually lock in and pretend to care about this. And now here we are.
Cook. Love it.
Anyway.
Next, yes, that's what we're about to get into. After Tony? Yeah, we said Megan Bayne beat her up. Yeah, Megan Bayne beat her up. Then we had Beast Mortos versus the wild card, and it ended up being my Shayna,
my Pinky,
Mike Bailey. My Shayna.
Another OG Black Girl Wrestling cult member, I will say.
We're so
early
mad.
supporter.
Speedball, we love you. We're so happy that you're here. And I want to say, it's gonna be something. You are like the one white person who walks around barefoot and your feet are not dirty, and I respect that about you. I was looking at the balls.
I don't believe this Speedball has foot fungus, and a lot of you guys, I cannot say that about.
Like, I was looking even during that match. I said, because the lights were bright, and the bottoms of their feet were so clean. I said,
Why are you looking at their feet?
Because they wrestle barefoot and nobody else does. So
I personally was watching the moves. I was watching the match. You was locked in on the toes.
I hate you. 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 I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress.
I'm just saying, man.
The way you walk, talk, dress. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
You're a lot on this show, but
actually, I will say, do you want to hear my story about foot fetishes? You want to hear?
I don't know if I do.
No, this is why I'm anti-foot fetish. Let me tell you why I'm anti-foot fetish.
The new theme about
at least at this part of my life. So I was going to be a camp counselor for a summer camp. And so I was going to do it for 2 weeks, and it was going to be really hot over the summer. And so I needed to get my hair braided. And so at that time, that's when feed-in braids really started getting in style. I had never had them. Keep in mind, this is the summer after my freshman year of college. And so I'm really excited. This is my first summer as a college student. I'm going to be on campus, all this, right? And so I said, I'm going to get feed-in braids. And so I knew a girl from high school whose sister did them, but she had a chair in a barber shop. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go and get my hair braided. And so I was wearing sandals. And so I'm sitting in the chair and she's shampooing me. And so my head is back. And I'm and she's about to braid my hair. Then suddenly I feel hands on my feet. A man in the barbershop has decided to start touching my toes. he said, "Oh my God, your feet are just so beautiful." And because like I had just gotten my toes done, and everything. I had like white nail polish, and everybody in the state, they stopped. Everybody in the state, like them niggas cut the clippers off. Wow,
Whoa!
they said, "Whoa, whoa." Everybody said, "What?" I said, "Oh." She starts yelling. She said, she's my sister age. You can't do that. Everybody said, "Hey, bro, what are you doing?" They said, "Bro, what are you doing? Why are you touching her feet?" Yeah. That's my story.
Okay, well now I feel like I have to share something. It's not as bad.
I guess, okay, so I know everybody's like, you should have kid or anything. I want you to, my head is back. I don't even really know what's happening. You know, like when you're in a shampoo bowl, right?
I
Like
would stab that nigga so bad.
I didn't know
Hypothetically.
Like, I was so
Lyric, that's insane.
like literally, and I was just getting my hair braided, so I didn't have to worry about it, like, you know, as a camp counselor. So like, yeah, that's my story.
I will share. It's not nearly as bad. But one time I was at a bar. I don't even remember where. I might have been in Switzerland. It might have been when I was in Switzerland. And there's not a whole lot of Black people in Switzerland, as you can imagine. So I was at this bar and I was really drunk, but I was having fun with my friends, you know, whatever. And this guy comes over to me and he starts, this is embarrassing for me. He starts talking to me and I'm drunk, and in my head I'm like, I must be drunker than I think I am because I don't have any idea what he's saying to me. And I'm like, well, fuck. But he was cute. So I just kept like smiling and nodding and be like, you know, like whatever. Like a dumbass. This is okay. And then eventually he like leans in and I realize a couple of things are happening at the same time. Don't say uh-oh, guys. I realize a couple of things are happening at the same time. He is speaking Hindi to me. Because I had acne right here that looked like a band-aid.
Oh God! Fuck! Dani! Oh! Man! Oh God!
We are laughing at you, not with
you.
So
God, help.
Guys, help. This is being a safe space.
No. This is a safe space. It's safe for you to say it. Now how we react.
And that's I deserve it. That's valid.
I think we should get back to the wrestling now. Speedball Mike Bailey had a great one with Beast Mortos. It was a lot of fun.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. We're all sharing. I feel like we have to give at least one embarrassing story per episode. That's part of the endears people to
I average at least 4. I gotta relax.
You know. This what makes it fun. Honestly, that was the best laugh I've gotten all day.
I'm glad to hear it.
Thank you. I need it.
Yours was more traumatic, but
it's so crazy. I blocked it out so quickly afterwards too, of like when that thing happened to me, just because like, and I don't think I never told anybody, like nobody I was close to, like my personal life. Like I never told anybody because I was so embarrassed.
That's a weird one. Yeah, what do you do with that?
That was so weird.
Why do you touch my feet? Ew.
It's so weird.
Never mind. I'm done sharing. Speedball. I'm very excited to see Speedball in AEW. I really think that the I can't think of the expression, but like the ceiling is incredible for him.
We still haven't even seen the Ultimate Weapon yet on TV or the Flamingo Driver. Like the back is beat.
If y'all ain't ever seen Speedball wrestle, or to people that haven't seen them wrestle, it is going to be an absolute whirlwind. I am so excited. And they're just somebody that I literally like every week. I would have that bitch clocked the fuck in. Correct. You're somebody that I'm like, well, Dynamite looking a little dry.
I've been waiting for Speedball versus Kenneth Omega for a very long time.
Since PWG.
Correct. Next, we had the Christian Nick Wayne segment. Hey, I like this a lot. Nick Wayne said, "You promised me and my mama that you was gonna take care of us, do this, that, and that. You're a loser." I liked it. Chris said, "You don't talk to me like that." You know who me? He said, "Did your real daddy ever wear world titles?" I don't think so. Oh. Shayna Wayne said, "I'm not going back to Waffle House. I better figure this out." She said, "I am not going back."
But here's my thing, Ro. I think if you wanted Christian Cage to be an even worse heel, I would have Mother Wayne go with him. I would have Mother Wayne abandon her son.
I agree.
And link up with Nick Wayne. I was saying that too, Jalen. I was like, look, though, here's one of those. I'm not trying to be mean again. Kip Sabian can be the guy that stands in the back. Nick Wayne, clock your ass in.
Absolutely. Nick Wayne, honestly, I think there's a spot of Best of the Super Junior with your name on it, and you need to clock in. Him, I either want, and I don't even mind the big combination of all these people, but I think Nick Wayne would be really good in Best of Super Juniors, and I think that Tommy Billington would be perfect for Best of the Super Juniors.
I thought he was hurt.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like serious.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. He'll be fine by like May, I believe, which is when Best of Super Juniors. But yes, after that, we had the this is the funny part of the show, and this is what I've been waiting to talk about. So we had the MJF segment, the live segment, which was going fine till MVP came out, and I was rolling.
It wasn't
going rolling with it.
It was not going fine. Because before you even go there, MJF came out with the most offensive tan I've ever seen in my life.
Go ahead. But he always has an offensive tan at this point.
Yeah, but this one was.
I was just trying to focus on what he had to say, and like I was rolling. Then MVP is coming out, and then I'm rolling, and then they apparently MJF got backstory with everybody. I'm rolling. Then that card came out. Hey, listen, I want to talk. No, and this is for us. This is a us
niggas.
Yeah.
I mean people.
I thought that there was a certain criteria to be a member of the Hurt Syndicate. And I know I tweeted, I said, I have a crazy tweet sitting in the draft, but I'm going to let it sit. I'm going to be cool. This is what I was going to say. I said, if there was ever an appropriate time to paperback test people.
I was going to say. I had that locked and loaded, and I said, I can't. I should.
I said, I'm gonna have to explain to white people what a paper bag test is today. Then we're gonna get in an argument about colorism. Then people gonna make it all about something else. It's gonna.
I 100% have the same tweet in the draft. Mine says literally, whatever happened to the paper bag test?
if there was ever a time, an appropriate time to paper bag test people, it should be for Hurt Syndicate membership.
Just because he says, ooh.
Ooh, man. Ooh.
Are we bad people?
I
know. I was sitting. I was sitting there, and I was like, you know what? I've always laughed at Dr. Umar, not with him. Y'all had me sitting up there.
This is an Africans only live stream. That's what I was thinking when I saw it. This is for Africans. I heard Dr. Umar so clearly in my ears during that entire time because
I tweeted it.
I was under the
impression. What got to do with it? What does a white man have to do with it?
I specifically thought that the specific criteria. Do you remember the what is it? The Last Dance documentary, and who was in it?
I meant the specific criteria to be selected.
Isaiah Thomas. I met the criteria, but I just wasn't selected. I don't know about this one, MVP. I'm gonna let you cook. I'm sure that there's something there has to be. Because I ain't gonna lie, we gotta have one of them conversations if there's no like.
I really, really thought we were just gonna keep this in us thing. So as soon as he started talking, I said, "Why is MVP coming out here? What are you coming?" I said, "Oh, it must be just because he's gonna tell him he gotta fight Bobby Lashley." He said he kept talking. I said, "No." He put up the business card. I said,
Hurt Syndicate. I'm gonna have to show up to AEW show with a kufi on and Black Panther paraphernalia because
Malcolm X was right. Malcolm X was right.
Be cool. Wait, oh man, I don't have it right here. I was gonna pull out my MLK book. Where do we go from here? But I don't have it. It's in my room. It's in my room. But yeah, y'all. I don't know about that one. We need to bring back paper bag testing. But I do think that this is probably a red herring in that we will meet whoever the new member of the Hurt Syndicate will be pretty soon.
You know what I thought was going to happen? I thought Ricochet was going to come out here and say, I thought that there was a whole initiation process, and I thought that he was going to.
And I will say, though, that would be hilarious. That would have been so funny.
I thought he was going to be like,
that would have been so funny. And also, too, I need Hurt Syndicate cards to have a picture of Harriet Tubman on it or something like that, like something really black. Now, it needs to have a riddle on it. It needs to have a black riddle on it.
A quote from Dreamgirls.
Like, no, it needs to have like a riddle. Like you gotta only black people would know. Like you better be home before
the street lights come on.
Correct.
Or maybe just like a basic piece of trivia. Like I'm like, okay, name 2 of the stars of The Wiz.
Mm-hmm.
Just
get on down the road. Well, name 3 songs from. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Do it.
I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say from Black Michael Jackson, but he was black the whole time. He just had vitiligo, so I'm not gonna.
Yes. He but
name 2 other brothers from the Jackson 5. Name 2
or 2 songs from the Off the Wall album.
Ooh,
I would
classic.
argue his best album. I'm
Uh,
those down now. I am.
you believe that?
I am 100% behind it, and I get judged
That's
by
fair.
everybody I speak
Sing the
to.
first verse of "Lift Every Voice and Sing." I know that's right, Chloe. That's
And
the
don't
one.
stutter. And don't stutter.
Correct.
Because people be losing it when you facing the rising sun. Anyway.
I digress. MVP, we're gonna have to talk about that one. Anyway. We had Max Caster come out, and Konosuke Takeshita squash him like a little bug. I would also like to give a shout out to Konosuke Takeshita. I believe he was the second greatest international champion in AEW history, and I think that he is exactly the type of person who that belt was created for, and I enjoyed his reign. And truly, if it was anybody else that he was
you
up
would
against,
still have it, baby.
Anybody else,
it is not a slight to you. It is not a slight to you. It's just the man chosen by God Himself. It's above us.
Truly, it's above us. But we love you, Konosuke Takeshita. Your future is bright. You are a future world champion in multiple companies, and it's so crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious for everybody else after us. Call Dani. Respect to the law. Respect to Allah. Respect to Allah. And respect to God. You hear me? But yes, we love you, Konosuke Takeshita. You did amazing. I knew that y'all could do a better match because I truly believe that the match that they had, I think the match that they had at Revolution was better than the one that they had at All Out. Some people like the All Out one better, but I felt it was. I felt like it was more meaningful. Like I think I liked the story that they told from this Revolution match better.
I don't disagree. I mean, All Out was a week after All In. It wasn't,
Yeah.
But I think the All Out match was generational. I think this match was phenomenal, but I think there's a difference. And I will say, Max Caster, I don't like you. I enjoy the bit. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy the bit, but let me look you dead in your face. If you ever fix your face to say the words Kenny Omega again,
and especially
black SUVs pulling up outside your house right the fuck now.
And to say the words beat Kenny Omega, like, let's be real. But I think the thing that I liked about the Revolution match better is because it was a different match. Of like, it was such a different match in the sense of we know that Kenny is clearly outclassed athletically, and he's coming from behind, and he's not who he used to be in the sense. And so he's fighting, and now Takeshita's a monster. Like Takeshita's a Dani, are you hot right now?
I really am.
You want to know what's crazy? I have a fan in my hand right now that I've been holding right now. Yes,
fun fact about this painting. Sorry, I'm full of stories. Fun fact about this painting. A friend that I knew in college painted it for me, and my boyfriend was an artist at the time, and he was like, "Why didn't you want me to paint you a picture of Spider-Man?" And it was always because I thought that nigga would do me a little bit dirty. I remember a couple weeks ago when I told y'all what that nigga did. So Spider-Man, New York, Foresight, baby. Never trust a man unless it's Kenny Omega.
Yes. Shout out.
Could you imagine? Oh, I won't say that. That's really sad.
Speaking of men that we can trust, I wanted to talk about. Wait, no, we'll get to them. Let's go quickly because I know you want to get out of here on time. We had Willow versus Penelope Ford. This was really good. And Willow Nightingale, you are perfect, amazing. We love you. And it's nice to see you back. It looks like we're pretending the Marina stuff never happened. So maybe this really is over and it was all just a bad dream. Takeshita facing Mao at DDT. But yes, afterwards, Willow gets attacked by Megan. And so now, and then, she got attacked by Penelope. Stat came out to save her. Megan came out to even the odds again. So it looked like we're heading towards that tag match. I'm getting my mothers back. Saturday Nightingale, you will always be famous to me. And I would like to say, I tweeted this, but I think that the first woman to hold both the world title and the TBS title should be a homegrown star. And I think it should be Willow or Chris. I think that's Everybody feels that way at this point. Next, we had my glorious CEO backstage. Listen, Momo whooped her ass.
That bruise was real, baby.
Woo!
Breaks beat off her.
Girl, she kicked you all up in the face. Shout out to that match as well. It was really good at Revolution. Momo is nothing to play with if anybody's been watching her from Stardom, but whew, did what needed to be done. Mercedes' jaw is black, like legit black, and you could tell the makeup was trying to cover
black
it.
Black as MJF.
So Billy Starks challenged her for next week. I'm really excited. I didn't know that they were going to run that match that early. And because they're running that match that early, it makes me think, oh my God, is Athena going to come out next week?
We're going to do it at Dynasty.
Because I assumed that they were going to, I assumed that they were going to run the Mercedes Billy match at the Dynamite in Boston. And so if they're not, that means that, Demon home soon.
I think they're going to run the first Mercedes Athena at Dynasty. And then I think they're going to.
And I wouldn't mind it being a trilogy. I mean, because honestly, with a women's match, a women's rivalry of that magnitude, yeah, literally get everything you can out of it. Like, get a full trilogy out of it. I'm a fan. But next, Will Ospreay tells us all his business.
That's my Billy Goat.
Yeah, he tell us all his business so bad, y'all. Ospreay.
I love him though.
Honestly, I'm not sure if Super Card of Honor is happening during WrestleMania week this year. Like, they haven't said anything about it. They might have moved it. So it might be, honestly, they might have be moving it to Double or Nothing weekend instead. And so it'll probably be maybe near Phoenix. Who knows? But I mean, yeah, Ospreay he overshares, but it's
That's
okay.
That's my girl, though. Hey, one thing about Ospreay, he gonna tell you what he thinking, bro. And I will say, okay, my thing about Ospreay, and I will keep it brief, but I have always said from when he debuted in the company that you're gonna have an Ospreay problem, which is anytime the main event scene or anytime the world title scene seems a little bit drab, you have one shit match or whatever, you're always gonna look at yourself and say, well,
why isn't Ospreay champion?
Could just put it on Ospreay. Why don't we just put it on Ospreay? And nights like tonight, you listen to that motherfucker talk, and you're like, you know what? We can just put it on Ospreay. Except that doesn't make any sense in terms of where we are right now.
I think also too, we're at the point now, and I think we saw it during Revolution. AEW clearly has 4 amazing, strong top baby faces in Ospreay, Swerve, Hangman, and Kenny. Now, Kenny, you've kind of taken care of him already in the sense of you put him in the international
literally just explaining this to my dad earlier. Yeah, go ahead.
You've kind of taken care of him already. Of just you've essentially made the international championship the top championship of the company. So it's like, okay,
congratulations, Kenny Omega, for now being the world champion as well.
Exactly. So you've taken care of that, but now you have 3 guys. You know, you have 3 really big baby faces, and it's going to be hard. And speaking of which, transitioning into that, Ospreay talked about he's now entering himself into the Owen. And then after this, directly after that segment, who do we talk to? We talk to Hangman. And Hangman is probably going to be,
Before that, who did they talk to?
Who? Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they? Fuck. Anyway, after that, they talked to Hangman, and then Hangman and MJF went a little bit further. And Hangman said, "Listen, you said you was gonna set me on fire. I know you ain't got it in me. I know a real arsonist when I see one. You ain't got it. You ain't got that dog in you like I got that dog in me." He said, "You gotta be real mad. You gotta really feel it." And I know
Fake hate. You ain't got no real hate in your heart. Fuck ass.
Yeah, you're trying to replicate what me and Swerve had. Listen, y'all will never be him.
Child's play.
You'll never be him.
Play.
You will never be him. Also, yes, rest in peace, long hair Hangman. Oh my God, his little curls. He looks so cute.
So good.
He looks so innocent. Like, y'all, I will say, right behind Kenny Omega, is Hangman there for me. Of like,
absolutely,
he's never done. Actually, no, he has done plenty of stuff, Ron. I just don't care.
No, he hasn't.
I just let you know right now. I don't care. I don't care if he has or hasn't. I don't care. If he did something wrong, so have I. And I like to be forgiven. And so, and yeah, I'm gonna stick beside him. Hangman is. I'm really proud actually because he's gotten some really shitty booking over these last couple years and highs and lows, but he's proof that the cream will always rise to the top. And if you continue to, he's at this point where he's undeniable. And it's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. Give him what he's owed and look at what he's done as far. And I think also too, that's what makes the Jay White situation look so bad because you pin Hangman twice and you still don't feel like him. Look at MJF. MJF finally feels like he's functioning on top heel status again. Like one match with Hangman, losing to Hangman, and MJF feels more important than he has in years, literally, by losing.
And yet, Jay White, crumbs.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this feud. I think that they highlight the insecurities in each other very well. I expect to see probably. Now, I'm not sure what MJF is going to do. Now, he might end up in the Owen. I think that would be good. I honestly, even though he's a heel, I'd like to see MJF legitimately do a tournament. Like, whether Owen or the Continental Classic of, I think he needs to like challenge himself. And I think as he continues to challenge himself, I think as we've seen through this Hangman feud, he's really getting a lot out of it. And so I think he should continue to do so. But yeah, we have Hangman and Ospreay, I think should be your Owen final. And boy, Billy Goat, you will have to look up at them lights. And I'm sorry. But
here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I don't want to belabor this point too much. Then what do you do with him? Because you got to give him something.
You hope and pray that insert name here signs. That I will say it is a big contingency plan. It's a big if.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. I think at this point, like I think Ospreay's his first all in was Jericho.
He wasn't signed to the company though.
Yes, agreed. I understand that. My point being, I think he's too good for hoping, wishing, and wanting. I don't disagree with you about anything that you've said. I think that you need an Ospreay backup plan. That's all.
I do think that you do need an Ospreay backup plan, but I also do think, especially this will be the third all in. You can't wait on Hangman any further. Like I don't think that you can wait.
I don't disagree. I think it's Hangman. I think in a more general sense, though, you've got to look at, because like you said, I think you've talked about who the top guys are, and we have vague plans and vague ideas that can easily be executed right now for everyone else. You need a.
You want to know what's crazy? If Mox
he deserves a plan.
If Mox was functioning on a higher level, I think that could have been a really good, interesting matchup for All In. But I just don't think that we're there. Honestly, if Kenny wasn't on the track for Okada, that would have been either of those matches, but specifically Kenny versus Ospreay would have been perfect for All In. Would have been perfect. And it's just about like who's those other talent. You could run the Bryan Danielson match back. That's probably the backup plan though. That's actually probably that's probably the backup plan of get Brian Danielson, because you're gonna want him, get him back in the booth. It's a great part-time match to run. Like he has to get.
Hey, if he's up for it, baby, I'm seated.
Like I think that you need
Stop saying that.
You need a
I said,
crazy.
maybe Jay White. After all that, what have we learned today?
I know they never run that match, but I think that they should run that match, but like on Dynamite, I don't think that's not a no.
That's something that I wish we still had Rampage for.
Now I would never put Ospreay on Rampage, but okay. But you sold your point. Next, another point was made. MJF has been circling Hangman for months. Not MJF, MVP. Like from the swerve stuff to this of like he lose to Hangman to where it's a point.
I thought he was gonna give Hangman the business card. If we're gonna let one white man in, I thought maybe it was gonna
at least let him the one that we like, please.
Come on.
He's a Megan Thee Stallion fan. I think in Texas, yeehaw.
Yeah, motherfucking hard.
Next, and then we had in the main event, we had OC versus Hechicero. Hechicero, you were robbed. Orange Cassidy, I'm gonna be real. I have nothing against you. I actually really, really, really like you. I have your face on a pair of socks. I never
with the feet.
No, it came in an all elite crate.
Sure, Lyric.
I told you how I got feet assaulted, and you want to make jokes.
In my defense, I was making jokes before that. Toes aside. Yeah, I don't understand why Hechicero. No, I was gonna make a point. I caught. I don't understand why the final of this tournament is a 4-way either. I think that the match will inevitably be good.
So nobody can
I think that makes any sense? I understand that, but I also think that it's fucking stupid because the reality is whoever it is finna get pinned to Kenny. Whoever wins it, you're here to lose, babe. You are here to lose. And that's no tea, no shade, no disrespect. It's just like that's the reality of what's going to happen, or at least what should happen. It feels very Pro Wrestling World Cup to me, which I don't hate vibe wise.
No, I don't. But yeah, that's where we really are as far as Dynamite. That was it. Now, as we wrap up, are you guys ready for the grand reveal? We're going to show you the grand reveal because
nobody guessed it.
This is the final chapter of the Dynamite book. Do you want to see the grand reveal? Do you want to see it? Do you want to see? Do you want to see?
And you're literally never going to see me again because Lyric hates me.
You're such a fucking liar. You lie so bad.
She literally just called me the N-word off camera. Take your chance.
I called you the N-word on camera. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. Yeah.
And I deserve it.
All right. Are y'all gonna?
Dani was fired. That's the theme. The theme is unemployment.
Are y'all even gonna pretend budget cuts? We should put hashtag recession indicator. Nobody wants to change. Okay, anyway, this is the new one. Dynamite Diaries. We are transitioning into a Princess Diaries theme. I tried to give you all a hint. I said it's something that Dani says often. She always calls herself the what? The people's
princess.
Correct. So yeah, this is where we are. We're going to transition starting next week. We actually have multiple versions. I made a special edition off of the special edition DVD cover too, but we'll only use that for like special stuff. So you see, like, that one's in gold. But
this was the theme of my birthday party last year.
No way!
It was, and we did I decorated like everything for the movie. I had all my friends come over. We did a sleepover, and then we did a talent show like they do in the and the thing was so fun. But, yeah.
Oh my gosh, we should. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even really care about the show at this point. I mean, I do to a certain extent, but I want All In to feel like a super big sleepover, and I think that we should do karaoke and so much fun girl stuff, and I think we should just do all that stuff. And I think
Don't buy a ticket. Like,
yeah, she's
I've been on the thing.
Why are we buying a
so
ticket? Just apply for media.
I don't think I'm gonna get it, but I've been on the thing so many times, and I've been like, "Oh, should I do it? Should I do it?"
Yes, Jalen, we should go out Friday. We should go out Friday. I know, like seriously, guys, I want to have such a great time.
Girl party. Yeah, the tickets are mad cheap. They can't sell shit.
I'll be honest, hey, this is gonna sound so messed up. But if Mox stays in World Champion till then, you buy a cheap seat now, you can upgrade that bitch to the courtside. I mean,
hey. Kenny is Queen Rinaldi. Correct.
Well, yes.
By Julie Andrews. You know what? That's actually a great comparison. I feel the same way about Julie Andrews as I do Kenny Omega, but
yes.
Reverence.
No, actually, no.
Adoration.
Slightly. Well, no, I can't say that. But in the sense of reverence, absolutely. But
but just in the sense that I would also let Kenny hit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like that's not the basis of it, but like if
no. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I know, I agree. It's just like in the sense of like reverence, like it's like you're up here, you're so far up here, nobody else is ever going to like even get close. Like, y'all. What is there that's fun to do in Arlington? I don't even care about. We could just go to Dallas.
What's in Dallas?
Everything is in Dallas.
Like what?
Oh my gosh, I found this place that is like all day 24-hour like spa, and it's like, what else is built into it? Like it's like so much, it's like a spa. And
we could go to Six Flags. Sorry.
We could go to Six Flags. The weather's gonna be good too.
Maybe.
It's gonna be hot, but I mean like it's gonna be like prime like amusement park weather.
Texas,
I've been to Dallas before.
It's Texas in July. Where did that accent come from?
Are you mocking Southern people right now?
No, my dad's from Missouri, so sometimes it happens.
It is dry heat. I will say, when I went to Dallas the first time, because one of my best friends lives there. There's so many like cute surrounding towns around there. I found like this little Hallmark town, and I went around Christmas time, and like they had a little antique shop, and then I went to a vinyl store, and I got like so many vinyls, and like it's a lot of like cool stuff to do like that. There's also like a lot of like big major stuff. Like Dallas is a major city, like.
Yeah, but I literally can only think of the airport. Like I can't think of anything.
You don't like the airport?
No. Okay, so my first time ever like flying like fully by myself, it was like a company trip. I was going to New Orleans, and I was leaving from my college going to New Orleans, and I had to stop in Dallas Fort Worth in the airport, and I got so lost that I literally had a panic attack, flew back to my college because I was like, I'm fucking done. And then the company was like, hey, we really need you to come. So I got back on a plane and went back to Fort Worth. We're back to New Orleans. I straight up, the airport was so stressful. I said, I'm going home.
Bro, I'm laughing at Jalen comment. She's sitting like, grandma, baby. I don't know. How old are you?
Don't ask people that.
I can't do that.
I don't know. Is that predatory?
No, I think she's over 18 at least.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, also, what do you think I'm asking for? You said predatory like shit. My fault, gang. I'm 27, not like a senior citizen.
I didn't mean it like that. I don't know. It's like, be careful.
I'm gonna swerve on that corner.
Whoa. I say it every 20 seconds. Oh my God.
Apparently, coming out with a new song.
Yeah, I don't know if you can recreate the magic of the first one.
No,
Chloe, don't admit to crimes on the internet.
They said lyric has because the predator. Delete. What? Oh my God!
You guys are funny.
I was the victim. I'm gonna preface this by saying I was the victim.
You did. That was odd.
I was the victim. I was the victim.
But yes.
Hope that man's having a terrible day. He said, and then I will say the thing was he never apologized for it. Everybody in the barbershop
he wasn't sorry.
He said, "I love feet."
You know what's crazy to do that in public, just because he was just I'll just see what happens.
When you do stuff like that. When you do stuff like that, that's how I know it wasn't your first time.
No,
it was not your first time doing nothing like that. You just do that. He said, "I just can't help myself when I see a beautiful set of feet like that." Like, and I could tell, like, and it's so weird. It's so weird because it's like I could tell, like, he wasn't even sexually attracted to me, like, or anything like that. Like, he was only interested in the feet. Like he said, whenever I see a beautiful set of feet, not a beautiful woman, none of that. When I see them toes.
You know what? I will say, though. And I feel like nothing ever starts out good when you preface it with that. I often find myself not doing anything about it. Any man with an accent, any kind of accent, literally any kind of accent. If you don't have the same accent that I have, I'm like, this could go somewhere. Yeah. So sometimes it's not even about the attraction. Sometimes it's the one.
Yeah, man, if he could have taken my feet off my body and taken them home with him,
he probably would have. You ever seen Criminal Minds?
Like he would have took them.
If there weren't witnesses, he would have brought his chainsaw out.
100%. Like I didn't even feel like, and that's a different dangerous type of fear of just like he don't even want to kidnap me. He's gonna take my toes and dip.
Do you think you would want the whole foot or just the toes? Because I feel like most people with foot fetishes.
I will say though,
I don't think you're attracted to the ankles.
I know, honestly, he felt on my heels too, so I do believe that he would have wanted the whole foot,
the full experience.
Because I will say, I'm not gonna lie, as far as like feet go, like I was like, I just got a pedicure like the day before. Keep in mind, I'm getting my hair done, so like I'm. Typically girls, you'll get all your maintenance done on one day, everything done on one day. So that's a whole nother meaning to whooping feet.
That's crazy.
So I will say my feet, this like day one after a pedicure, they look everything
like if there ever was a time to be attracted to feet.
Yeah, if there ever was a time to be attracted to my feet, like they look good. Like,
I dated a guy one time that he was like, "Oh, I'm into that," and I was like, "Ew." I literally just like, I was like, "Why would you fix your mouth to say that to me?"
Yeah, scary times, but this show never goes the way that we wanted to, but we had to give you a special. I feel like we had to give you something special to really send the Dynamite book home. We've enjoyed this branding. We've enjoyed being the Dynamite book.
And next week, when we launch the Dynamite Diaries, we will be showing feet live on chats.
Anyway, this is the branding. This is Shavana. This is my team. This is my team.
Oh my god. The internet is public and permanent. What the fuck is wrong with us?
I'm gonna be honest, this is nothing. We said nothing that should get you fired, but it's everything that'll get somebody to look at you weird next to a water cooler. Like, it's just like, it's just a little weird.
Live with that. Season finale is crazy. Next week, we will keep it cute and not horribly overshare. Well, then that wouldn't be us, Chloe.
We're lying. Yeah, that's the whole appeal of the show.
We'd be like every other lame, balding, middle-aged white man with half a beard and no one to love.
Season finale. Oh my god!
Man. Shut up.
The Dynamite Diary starts next week, Wednesday after AEW Dynamite. We will be continuing the follow-up of the International Championship Tournament. We'll find out the next two competitors coming out of Collision. Those matches, I think, are Shibata versus Ricochet and what's the last one? Oh, Mark Davis versus Mark Briscoe.
User has to change their name to Ladarius.
I think that was the funniest thing that you tweeted all day.
I thought so too, and it got like so like.
Sometimes I think people don't understand you, but it's okay. I appreciate that you just keep tweeting through it. You don't care. I rock with that. I really rock with that. Like, you got to just keep commit. But thank you so much for supporting this show. Thank you for supporting the Dynamite Book, and we hope that you continue to support us through the Dynamite Diaries. And please spread the word.
We're gonna pretend like it never happened. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh my God.
We're gonna pretend like it's completely different. We're not the same people. And that this show never happened.
You know what? I'm going to say this off the stream afterwards, but we're going to try to be better about like marketing and stuff.
Should we spend some money? Oh, sorry. No.
Should we? Oh, okay. We could talk. We should talk about that afterwards. Oh, Mercedes versus Billy Starks next week. That's also happening. So we'll be covering it. But yes, until next time, everybody, we shall see you later. You have anything coming out soon that you want to plug?
Yes. Your turn.
Well, what do you want to plug? You say yes.
Oh, I don't know what I thought you said. I must stress you out bad. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Please support the Dynamite Diaries even more. We are desperate. And if not, I will start engagement farming. I'm gonna start tweeting like the weirdos, like, "Oh my God, did you guys see what happened on AEW TV last night?" But please go check out my AEW Revolution review on Black Girl Wrestling. And I am now making a commitment. You're gonna see a new Black Girl Wrestling podcast or video every 2 weeks at least. So check out Black Girl Wrestling, please, please, please. Otherwise, I will literally set my feet on fire and walk across hot coals. Lyric, anything to plug?
Another feet reference. Thanks, Dani. Anyway, you can find. Yeah, it is. Now that I think about it, but you can find me obviously at Lyric Wrestling. I will have a Revolution review hopefully coming out by the end of the weekend. Just done it together. Oh my God! Yes, we should have.
Sorry, go ahead.
We're not very smart. Let's keep in mind, let's do a Dynasty one together. Let's just keep that in mind.
No.
Oh, anyway, also, I recently, my article about All Japan came out in this in the newest edition of Pro Wrestling Illustrated. The Spotlight on Japan edition is out now, and you can order it now off the PWI website. And it's official that I am on that masthead as a official contributor for Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine. So, yay!
Everybody fucking clap.
I am committed to. There's 2 pieces that I really want to write before the end of Women's History Month. I'm halfway through one of them, and I need to make sure that the other one comes out. I am really committed to getting back to my pen this year. I really want to focus on writing. And also trying to do the podcast also. Maps and Graps anniversary, it's not even just Maps and Graps anniversary, but just like my anniversary, my second anniversary of doing wrestling content is in like 3 weeks. So I don't know, how should I celebrate? Somebody tell me, what should I do? I don't know.
You don't want ideas from me, so
maybe I don't. Yeah. But anyway, you can find us next week. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.